Welcome back, dear students. Now we'll start our fourth chapter, Heat. Let's see. In this chapter, we will study how to measure the temperature, how hot and how cold an object is, and also we'll study various types of thermometers, how we have to take measurements in thermometers, and also we'll talk about the conductors and insulators. First of all, see, we'll talk about the temperatures. Hot and cold. In our daily life, we come across a number of objects. Some of them are hot and some of them are cold. For example, tea is hot and ice is cold. Some objects are hotter than others and some are colder than others. We often decide which object is hotter than the other by touching the objects. Means by touching we often decide by touching that which one is hotter, which one is colder, which one is hotter than the other and which one is colder than the other. Now, we cannot always rely on our sense of touch to decide how hot or cold an object is. We we cannot always trust our sense of touch to decide how the object is hot or how the object is cold. So what we can do for that? The hotness of an object is measured by its temperature. What is temperature? Temperature is a measure of degree of hotness of an object. Temperature is measured by a device called thermometer. We use to measure the hotness of any of the object. Which device is used? Thermometer is used. Basically, there are two types of thermometers. First is clinical thermometer and second is digital thermometer. Okay, see, measuring temperatures, the temperature that measures the temperature the thermometer which measures the temperature of a body is called clinical thermometer. Okay, the thermometer which is used to measure the temperature of our body, and that thermometer is called clinical thermometer. A clinical thermometer has a long narrow glass tube. It has a bulb at one end containing mercury. As you can see in this picture, it is a long narrow glass tube and there is a bulb which contains mercury. It has a scale called Celsius scale marked in degree Celsius, degree C. A clinical thermometer reads temperature from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. The range for this clinical thermometer is from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. The clinical thermometer has a small kink near the bulb to prevent the mercury level from falling down. Okay, there is a kink which holds the mercury and they prevent the falling down of mercury's level. The normal temperature of human body is 37 degree Celsius. If in examination the question will come that what is the normal temperature of human body, so your answer will be 37 degrees Celsius. And if question will come what is the range of clinical thermometer, then your answer will be from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Reading a clinical thermometer means how we can take reading of clinical thermometer. Wash the thermometer with an antiseptic solution. First step to get reading from clinical thermometer is to wash them by using antiseptic solutions. Hold it firmly and give it a few jerks to bring the level of mercury below 35 degrees Celsius. After cleaning the thermometer, we have to maintain the level of mercury by giving them jerk. And make sure that the temperature or the level of mercury is at 35 degrees Celsius. Then place the bulb of the thermometer under your tongue. Afterwards, we have to place the bulb of thermometer under our tongue. After 1 minute, take out the thermometer and note the reading. This will be your body temperature. After 1 minute, we have to take out the thermometer and look upon the reading, and that will be our body temperature. Next is laboratory thermometer. A laboratory thermometer has a long narrow glass tube. It has a bulb at one end carrying mercury. It has a scale marked in degrees Celsius. The range of laboratory thermometer is generally from -10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. The range of clinical thermometer I have told you is 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius, but the range of laboratory thermometer is -10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Measuring temperature with laboratory thermometer means how we can take reading of laboratory thermometer. Take some tap water in a beaker. Dip the thermometer in the water so that the bulb of thermometer does not touch the bottom or the sides of the beaker. Hold the thermometer vertically. The mercury level rises. Wait till the level of mercury becomes steady. Note the level of mercury. This will be the temperature of the water. For taking the reading or for measuring temperature with laboratory thermometer, we can do an activity, which is we can take tap water in a beaker and dip the thermometer in water so that the bulb of thermometer does not touch the bottom. Okay, we should not let the thermometer touch the bottom or side of the beaker. We have to hold that thermometer vertically, and then what will happen, the mercury level rises up, and we have to wait till the level of mercury becomes steady, and then we have to note the level of mercury. That will be the temperature of that water. Now we'll talk about the transfer of heat. How heat transfer. Okay, heat flows from one body at a higher temperature to a body at a lower temperature. This is called transfer of heat. How heat transfer? From body at higher temperature to a body at lower temperature. From one end to another end, it starts from higher temperature and goes to the lower temperature. That is called transfer of heat. Heat is transferred in three different ways. There are three different ways by which heat is transferred. First is conduction, then convection, and then third is radiation. Okay, see what is conduction. The conduction is the process by which heat is transferred in solids from the hotter end to the colder end. If in question it will come what is conduction, so conduction is the process of heat transferred in solids from the hotter end to the colder end. Okay, conductors and insulators. What are conductors and insulators? See, conductors are the materials which allow heat to pass through them easily. Example, iron, aluminium, copper, etc. Means conductors and insulators are the materials which passes or which allows heat to pass through them, and insulators are the materials which do not allow heat to pass through them easily. So in question it may come like that, give difference between conductors and insulators. So what will be your answer? Conductors are the materials which allow heat to pass through them easily, and Examples of conductors are iron, aluminum, copper. Insulators are the materials which do not allow heat to pass through them, and examples of insulators are wood, plastic, glass, rubber, air, water, etc. Convection. Now see what is convection. Convection is the process by which heat is transferred in liquids and gases from the hotter part to the colder part. What is conduction? Conduction is transfer of heat in solids, but convection is the process by which heat transferred in liquids and gases from hotter part to the colder parts. Convection in airs. Okay, the air near the heat sources gets heated up and rises up. The air from the sides move in to take its place. In this way, the air gets heated. If you keep your hand above a flame and one hand on the other side of the flame, the hand on the top feels hot because the air above the heat is convection. Heated by convection. The hand and the sides does not feel as hot because there is no convection. If means in this activity is saying, if we will put our hand above the flame, our hand will feel the hotness, and if we will keep our hand aside the flame, then we will not feel the hotness, because the air above the flame get heated by convection, so that our hand feels hotness.